readers, I'm Amy. I am back, at least for now. I'll probably be back for the rest of the year. We'll see how it goes. As you may know, I've been on a little bit of a break. Some things came up. For right now, we're all doing okay. I've got something coming up in April that may or may not kind of derail me trying to come back more regularly. But regardless, we're all okay. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm not really gonna go into it here. It's just way too emotional of a situation. But regardless, we're all okay. The tree is still alive for now. Anyways, I just thought that I would film this video as a little chit chat. I keep thinking about videos that I want to film and sit down to do it, and it's been like 3 months since I filmed anything. So it feels weird to be sitting in front of a camera again. But regardless, I have finished quite a few books in the last couple of months. I'm gonna try and do a few general wrap-ups so I don't have to talk about like 20 books in a sitting, but we'll kind of see where I intend to go with that. I recently finished Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I want to dedicate an entire video to my review of this book. Spoiler alert, it's not good. It's gonna be a very unpopular opinion, I think, but definitely the worst Brandon Sanderson that I've read so far. Not that I've read like a ton of his stuff, but Warbreaker, I have thoughts. We'll get into that in a video or two. Speaking of videos, I do still have a lot of clips that I filmed in December for a kind of vlog book review of Hungry Hearts. This is a book that was recommended by Victoria from what Victoria read. It's an anthology from different writers across different cultures just talking about food, and I decided I wanted to do a whole vlog video. That was supposed to be released as part of the 12 Days of Vlogmas thing that happens in December, but it's a pretty long video and I ended up not being able to finish 12 Days of Vlogmas because that's just a lot of filming for me to do and for me to keep up with, and I held on to it and I never ended up posting it. So when that video was posted, just note it was filmed like 3 months ago. But I do think that book, you know, deserves its moment in the spotlight. Book releases coming up. I have I have some books pre-ordered. On March 29th, I'm going to be receiving Four Aunties and a Wedding. This is by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This is the sequel to Dial A for Aunties, which is a murder mystery. And by murder mystery, I don't mean like the murder is the mystery. We know who committed the murder. It's a murder, and there's also mystery going on, but like, you know who did the murder. I don't know what Four Aunties and a Wedding is really going to be about. I know that our main character is supposed to be getting married, and that's it. That's all I know. So I'm intrigued to see how she continues this. I didn't know it was a series whenever I read the first book. Otherwise, I probably would have waited to read it. But with this cover art, where it's sort of a vector graphic of people, that's not usually the kind of cover that I'm drawn to or the kind of book that I'm drawn to. So if I hadn't read the first book, because I didn't know that it was part of a series, I don't know that I would have read the series at all. So I'm glad that I read it, and that's a lesson in not to judge a book by its cover. Then May 17th, we have Mean Baby by Selma Blair. I didn't totally, like, if you'd mentioned Selma Blair's name to me, I wouldn't know who you were talking about, but looking at the picture on the memoir, it's like, oh, I've actually seen a lot of her movies. She's a pretty good actress. Like, I enjoy her work. So I did end up pre-ordering that. I'm really excited. I don't read a lot of memoirs anymore. I just finished Emily Ratajkowski's memoir, and I really enjoyed it, and I don't think I've forgotten how much I enjoy memoirs. I think there just hasn't been a memoir recently that's really captured my interest, but I am really excited for that one. This one I'm a little upset about. I'm not upset at the author, I'm just upset because I was excited and now I have to wait longer and I'm a very impatient person. Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House. Previously expected July 12th and is now arriving January 17th. I'm sad. I've gone through like 2 summers where like his book is the book of the summer. It's the one that I look forward to reading most. And now it's not coming out in the summer. It's coming out next winter, which is 6 months longer than I thought I would have to wait. And I'm an impatient person, so I'm sad about that. But I'm still expecting great things. I've enjoyed almost all of his books so far. So I'm excited to see what he does with that one. I think it's supposed to be a longer, slower book, which could also be why it's going to end up taking him longer to publish it. And then we have Number One Fan by Meg Ellison. If you know me, but at all, you'll know I absolutely loved... Hold on. There's a cat for you. Just enjoying the sunshine. There we go, we're back. I should really loosen up this camera before I turn it like that, but whatever. Number One Fan by Meg Ellison. So I really enjoyed the book of The Unnamed Midwife, which was just a book I came across at my local bookstore, and it's part of the Road to Nowhere series. I do have a full review on that series, so I will link it up above. I think I'm supposed to point in this direction. I always forget. But it was a really great feminist dystopian series. Then she came out with Find Layla, which is a young adult book about a girl living in a really bad, like, physical situation, with kind of like these hoarding behaviors and stuff from her mom. So then we have Number One Fan coming out, and right now the release date is in August. Hold on a second, I'm trying to find the summary. On her way to a speaking engagement, best-selling novelist Eli Gray gets into a cab and accepts a drink from the driver, trusting that everything is fine. She wakes up chained in the stranger's basement. With no close friends or family expecting her to check in, Ellie knows she needs to save herself. Eli. I think it's Eli because it's E-L-I. She soon realizes that her abduction wasn't random, and though she thinks she might recognize her captor, she can't figure out what he wants. Her only clues are that he's very familiar with her books and deeply invested in the fantastical world she creates. What follows is a test of wills as Eli pits herself against a man who believes she owes him everything and is determined to take it from her. So, really looking forward to that book. I've loved Meg Ellison's work. I need to read some of her short stories. I think she's written for parts of anthologies, so I might look into those eventually. But yeah, those are some of the books that I pre-ordered. You got to see my fluffy boy just hanging out in the sunshine and sunning his belly. About half the plants in my house have died in the last 3 months because I'm just cursed. But in spite of that many plants dying, I am getting slightly better. There is some small bit of improvement as we go along. I don't know that there's really that many other updates. I did finish school. I graduated. That was the second half of that term, because it's like an 8-week term instead of a semester, was really hard with everything going on, but I passed the classes. Like, my teachers seemed really happy with the work that I turned in. So now I get to start the job hunt, which is no fun because you can apply to 30 different jobs in a month and maybe hear back from one and it'll be a no. Like, not that I'm hiring people and getting a ton of applications from people to work with me, but I think it's just polite to at least get back to someone and tell them no, because it's like you put all this effort into applying, and no one bothers to get back to you at all. Even sending up follow-up emails, they don't ever reply, and it's like, can you at least tell me no so that I know that you got the stuff that I sent? I don't know. But again, I'm not the one receiving hundreds of applications. So anyways, if you're an employer comment down below on the application process and why we don't hear back from you, because it kind of sucks. So yeah, I'll have that going on. We'll see how that goes. I'm doing a daily logo challenge, which is kind of a joke at this point, on my art Instagram. I'm not really doing it daily at this point. The first 10 days I did daily, and then it's just really been according to my availability, but I am still working on the challenge, so there's that. I think that's going to be it for me. I wanted to chat. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update, let you know I'm going to be working on videos and trying to get back into it. Yeah, lovely chatting to you all. Please like, subscribe, be my friend on social media, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye, friends.